Your Majesty, I simply cannot believe someone of your class would come to help us.
My mate is to thank, I think. My pretty songbird. They've been good for my rehabilitation, I think, in helping me see what is truly important.
We are blessed by both of you, then. My sincerest thanks. I hope this home suits you for now. It was meant for a nobleman, but he never claimed it.
For a home and food, we are happy to help, sir. Now, I think the wounded still need patching, and we'd like to settle in.
Of course. Good night to you, King Xayd and Songbird.
Here, you've been stoking the fire while I've been conversing. Allow me. Do I think my brothers will attack soon? No. No, I imagine what they will do next is try to form a plan to deal with me. By now, they've realized all the other wards they'd failed. They're secretly kicking themselves for growing complacent, and I'm sure violently assaulting one another. No doubt Seraphis is calling Aramis a little bitch and trying to seize power. Aramis will, no doubt, beat him within an inch of his life, and then he'll continue to plan. So, we have about 3 months. Why do you fear, my sweet? You practically handled Seraphis on your own. Yes. A good many people died in Ser's attack. I am sorry for that. I feel bad for not saving more, and fear that we will lose more innocents, no matter how we respond to their aggression. Come here. Sit in my lap for a moment. There we are. Oh, you're still shaking from the battle. Poor thing. You did eat and have water like I asked, yes? Don't say yes, father, in that sarcastic tone. I absolutely will hold it against you in the best of ways. Such a tremendous problem, isn't it? Humans trying to fight dragons for the simplest of freedoms. Naturally, things are stacked infinitely in our favor. We are stronger, faster, and often have access to better education and magic. 'Tis most unfair, isn't it? I don't intend to rub it in your face, dear. I'm simply walking us both through the problem at hand. For as strong as we are together, we don't have an army. Countless human lives will be taken because they cannot fight for themselves. A solution? I don't know why you'd ask me, love. I'm just a silly old dragon that was in jail for a long time. Sorry, dearest. I just remembered there's a cavern nearby I'd like to revisit. Since I'm already carrying you, how about you join me, Splendid. Off we go. Here we are. Insane to think this place is so ancient and yet so untapped. Sorry. Let me set you down and do my best to explain. Walk with me, but touch nothing, all right? Touch none of the crystals, no matter how pretty they are or what they'll tell you. I promise, this isn't a spell of insanity. These crystals are unlike anything you'll find in the world. They are beautiful, yes. I found this place so long ago, simply playing hide and seek with my brothers. What are they? Like quartz? Not so. They are much more powerful than that. I will do my best to explain, but you know me. Here, all of these crystalline branches represent a different gift from a place far, far away. If touched carelessly, they can cause quite a bit of adverse effects. The orange, especially. Never touch the orange. Here, I will demonstrate with the hair from my head. Watch. Orange tries to help. It's the crystal of change and inspiration, but, like every strain, presents as a double-edged sword. It mutated the keratin in my hair to try and grow into a humanoid hand, which could eventually become a full human. A human with no soul, in crippling agony, and with the intelligence of an animal with rabies mind. But what more humble beginnings could one have? And no sadder ending than being snuffed out before you realize you're a monster. I found this place some time ago. A long, long time. I didn't know. So I took a small sample of the purple strain. This one, here. Purple, I would describe as that emotion where you're always 2 steps ahead of everyone else. Blue is raw intellect, but purple is the means to use said intellect. Quite common in royalty, I was told. But one does become paranoid in turn. You don't want to lose the game, not ever, not at any cost. I was a god among kings, outplaying others at every turn. I had empires nailed before me, but in the back of my mind, I knew my downfall was inevitable. I tried to garner good karma, some kind of support by playing hero. Hence, the gold strain resonating in my scales. The strain of heroes. The downside. My idealism that slowly, inevitably, turns to depression and bitterness. They drove me mad, and only after years of being trapped away did I regain myself. Realized the harm I'd caused, and how much more harm had been done when my brothers had been allowed to run amok. Even as I was being dragged away, I pleaded with them to do better than I had. And, somehow, they've only done worse. It is easy to lose sight, as a king, that you must treat your people well, even if you consider them ants by comparison. You still do your best not to incite the horde. These people took us in, gave us a home and food, all because we protected them from one attack. They love these lands, and we dragons took it for granted. But the human frame has always been weaker, less armored. My brothers never defeated me. She did. The little one. I never caught her name. She stormed the gates and challenged me when I aimed to fully commit to my genocide. I knew she must be related to my normal contact within the Shadow Pantheon, just from that ruthless stare. She came in a burst of indescribable music carrying a scythe twice her size. I made a grave error in trying to treat her like a child. I don't know how she did it. She planted her scythe in the ground and started making these noises. The noises built into a beat, a song. She was swarmed by ghosts, clapping and cheering for her. I recognized I was fucked when she turned on me, glowing with power, and said, "So you have some magic in your veins, huh? I do too. Look." And about 3 seconds later, I got hit with the equivalent of a collapsing sun. I think she came because she was the only one who could stop me. Heavens knew I needed to be stopped. I did ask Raven to say hello for me. He giggled and said he would. Well, why did I bring you here? The crystals are pretty, aren't they? Just like you. Plus, I lost an old journal here years ago that detailed my experiments with various strains. I suppose the nostalgia got to me. Besides, it's not like you cute little humans could adapt these to fight against us big, silly dragons. That'd be simply outrageous.